Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the 2025 Annual Meeting and Education Day. My name is Sarah Chaudhry. I'm the Director of Strategic Communications and Government Affairs at the Ontario College of Social Workers and Social Service Workers. I'll be the MC for today's event. I would first like to welcome Nathan Roy, who will guide us through an intention for today. Nathan is Anishinaabe from Wikway-Mekong, located on Manitoulin Island. He's been a drummer and singer for over 25 years and currently sings with a Grammy-nominated drum group called Bear Creek, who travel throughout North America all year round. Welcome, Nathan.
Good morning, Ani. Bonjour, Nathan Roy Dishnikas, Konkon Dunjiba, Toronto Dunji, Chimigwech, Kena, Bijaik Mampi, Nangwa, Abjigo, Mami Kwendum, Gibijaik. Thank you all for having me here today. And glad to see everyone here today and online and everyone. Thanks again for having me. So this month is a special month to us as Indigenous people. It's Indigenous History Month. Celebrated the whole entire month of June, but we also have one special day, June 21st, as our one day to celebrate out of the year. And it's a great day for everyone to come out and support and find something to contribute to our Native people. Come support our events that we have going on throughout Ontario, throughout Canada, and everywhere. While you're there, you can probably ask questions and find things out that you want to know. A good way to start that you can do, even if you can't attend events, is try to learn the history of where you grew up or where you live right now. Find out who used to inhabit those lands that you currently live on or you've lived on before. Get to know the culture a bit about the people around you. Find out the history. That's a good one step about learning about our culture. So I really want to start off with a smudge today. I don't know if we all want to smudge together, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the medicines that I have. So our first medicine that was given to us by Mother Earth is the tobacco. As you may see cigarettes, there's a different kind of form of tobacco that there is. This is our loose leaf tobacco, which is not processed. There's no chemicals or anything. The cigarettes have all those chemicals and breaking down. So this is our loose leaf tobacco. And we mainly use we first use these tobacco leaves to, when we go out hunting, we take our little tobacco that we have and we hold it in our left hand because it's close to our heart. And we say a prayer before we head out, and we thank the Creator for the animals that are out there, and we ask him for an animal to provide for food, for shelter, for warmth, for clothing, for all the meat and all the tools from that animal. And that animal gave up his life for us. And after we have killed that animal, it's given up his life, we take that tobacco and put it a little bit more down for that tobacco, a little bit more down for that animal that gave us his life. So we use tobacco pretty often in our culture with this loose leaf tobacco. And then next we have our sweetgrass, which, tobacco represents the morning, where the sun rises. And then the sweetgrass is in the south. Sweetgrass is also like Mother Earth. Its hair, it grows about yay tall in dewy kind of marshy lands. The sweetgrass is picked when it's dried. You got to pick from the root, and you need to pick one single strand at a time while you're out there picking. So there's tons of these little strands. It's a good days long process. I've done it with my grandparents, with my grandmother back in the day. It's some good traditions that I'd like to pass on to my children one day and go out and do these kind of things. So there's a long process in doing this, making it into a braid, and it represents kind of the same braid that I have here, G, which is representing Mother Earth and all the mothers and just giving thanks to Mother Earth. And the main tobacco that we use, the main medicine that we use for in our culture is Sage. Sage is the white stuff you see growing in towns. When you drive in the northern parts or southern parts, you see sage growing on the side of the road. So there's lots of sage everywhere. Sage is one of our main medicines that we use to smudge with, which I'll do shortly. And then lastly, our fourth medicine that we have, our sacred four medicines, is the cedar. Cedar we hang usually on the doors, and this stops evil spirits all the bad spirits from coming into our rooms. We use it when there's a death. We also use it. Like if there are any Christians here, we kind of use it in the holy water to pray on the caskets and stuff. And then we also do cedar baths for our deceased individuals. So we boil the cedar down, and then we give our deceased person a cedar bath, a cleansing, so they can go on the spirit world using the cedar. So again, I'm going to use the sage to smudge us. If anyone wants to smudge, I can come around a little quickly. So what smudging is like when you get up in the morning, you kind of wash up, you cleanse up. So that's what basically the smudging is, just cleaning and getting rid of all the negative energy and starting your day off or your events off in a good way. So we smudge and we clean. What I do, I like to wash my hands, wash my mouth, wash my nose, my eyes, my hair, my face, all the way down, just for the air I breathe, for my smell, for my sight, and everything like that. So that's what I do when I smudge. Everyone else does it their own little way, but yeah, that's what I do. So if anyone wants to smudge, I'll come around. And if you don't want to smudge, it's fine. So next I'm going to do a quick little opening song. So in ceremonies, we just usually do our smudging, and then with our songs, we kind of call in our spirits to come into our events and tell them, come take care of us and come for our whatever we're here for, depending on the ceremony, what you want. And they usually come in to help you, guide you, and show you the way. So do a little bit of opening song. I had a different song earlier and I kind of forgot what it was, but sing this one anyways. Miigwech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nathan, for your guidance and for sharing that song and that beautiful voice with us today. Before we begin the annual meeting, I'd like to take a moment to reflect upon the past, present, and future of the land on which we are gathered today. The college operates on the original land of a vast diversity of Indigenous peoples, much of which has been and still is occupied by settlers. We're privileged to be hosting our meeting today at Vantage Venues in Toronto on the Dish with One Spoon Wampum territory, a treaty between the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee peoples that binds them to share the area and protect the land in the spirit of community. I'm not Indigenous. Growing up, I had the privilege of living on the southern shores of Georgian Bay in an area predominantly home to Francophones, First Nations, specifically the Chippewa Tri-Council First Nations, including Beausoleil, the Chippewas of Rama, and the Chippewas of Georgina Island. It's also home to a large Métis community. I was privileged to experience and learn firsthand about these rich cultures. And like many uninvited settler people, I've benefited greatly from living on the land of what's now called Canada. As registrants are attending today, from all corners of the province, I invite each of you to take some time today to personally reflect upon the histories and current circumstances of the land where you live. We all have a responsibility to consider what it means to acknowledge the history and ongoing legacy of colonialism. Today, the province of Ontario continues to be home to a vast diversity of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. Each nation is unique in its worldviews, language, histories, current positions, and future accomplishments. We encourage all registrants to know and seek to understand the local First Nations communities on whose lands they practice. Today's society is built upon colonialism and the genocide of Indigenous peoples. The social work and social service work professions have played a shameful role in perpetuating harm against Indigenous peoples, including the residential school system, 60s Scoop, and the ongoing overrepresentation in the child welfare system. We also recognize that Indigenous registrants did not contribute to perpetuating this harm and are actively working to help heal their communities from the impacts of systemic oppression and intergenerational trauma. A land acknowledgement is a first step, not an endpoint. The college is actively working on building meaningful relationships with Indigenous communities and individuals in the spirit of partnership, collaboration, truth, and reconciliation. We all share in the healing journey. And before we get started today, I'll now go over some important housekeeping items. You'll have noticed this morning during Nathan's opening intention that there is a small on-site audience. These individuals include college staff who are assisting with the logistics of today's events, as well as college council members who are here as part of their role on college council. Ahmed remains a virtual event for registrants, and there's no option to attend Ahmed on-site. We recommend accessing today's event on either a desktop computer or laptop. You can use a tablet or phone, but some features, including the chat function, are not available. This means that you will not be able to submit questions to the session presenters if you're watching on your phone or tablet. To access the videos for each session, click on the View Session tab on the left side of the screen, and then click on the session you want to join. All sessions, including the annual meeting, have live captions. To turn on the captions, click the Show Captions button below the video feed. You can choose captions in either English or French. Pour ceux et celles qui préfèrent écouter les séances en français aujourd'hui, sachez que nous disposons encore une fois cette année d'une option de voix hors champ dans cette langue. Pour activer cette option, cliquez sur le bouton Show Captions situé en dessous de la vidéo et choisissez le français. Vous verrez alors apparaître l'option de doublage. Choisissez le français pour entendre la voix hors champ. Nous vous recommandons de désactiver l'audio de la vidéo, faute de quoi vous entendrez simultanément les conférenciers et la voix hors champ. If you have any technical difficulties throughout today's event, please use the support chat at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Click on the icon and you'll be connected with our live support team. The open chat on the right side of your screen is for questions and comments and won't be monitored for technical help. I also encourage you to connect with your peers throughout the day using the private chat function. Today's schedule is posted on the home page of the virtual portal and can be accessed as well as presentation details and speaker biographies through the Sessions tab on the left side of your screen. It's important to note that PowerPoint presentations for the sessions will not be made available to attendees, as they are the intellectual property of the speakers. However, all sessions will be recorded, and you'll be able to re-watch the videos on demand after Ahmed. Following the afternoon educational sessions this afternoon, we hope you'll join us as Nathan Roy will be providing a closing intention for the day. And finally, your feedback is important to us. After today's event, we'll be sending a feedback form via email. We invite you to share your thoughts, which really do help us in planning next year's event. Once you've completed the feedback form, you'll see a button to download your certificate of participation. You can also use your attendance at Ahmed towards the completion of your 2025 Continuing Competence Program.